Welcome to Fifth Dimension, or should I say Fifth Dimension Academy, LOL. So today's reading is going to be a little bit different than normal. I have decided to come out of retirement in order to teach spiritual concepts for today. So this is a project that I have been sitting on for a while. I really didn't know how to go about it, so I really felt guided to just try versus overthinking. So this is the guinea pig of a series of tarot readings that I intend on doing, just to sort of elaborate on spiritual concepts from my own experiences, right? Because I can only give anything that I know. All right, so for pile number 1, there should be an image overlay, and it will be with the crystal green Aventurine. For pile number 2, we have the Flourite. And for pile number 3, we have clear quartz. This cute little clear quartz. It's decided that I will always name it the cute little clear quartz. All right. So as always, choose whichever pile you feel most guided to, and if that's more than one, then I would trust that. I will be separating the lesson aspect of it from the tarot reading, okay? So in case you are only interested in one or the other, you can just go straight to your timestamp. I'll see you at your reading, loves. Hi, pile number 1. Thank you for joining me for this reading. If you chose this green Aventurine as well as image number 1, then you're at the right place. Okay. So I tried to keep it like hidden what your lesson was going to be in the image, but if you didn't already notice, it is a hook. So your lesson, pile number 1, is about energy hooks, okay? So what is an energy hook? Well, actually, before we get into that, I want to talk about heart chakra, because green Aventurine, I was, yeah, anyways. Heart chakra is the first thing, obviously, that's associated with it as far as like clearing and allowing for more flow in that energy space, if you will. Okay, if you had to compartmentalize the different energies, we're talking about that area of the heart, okay? Awareness was an emphasized word for you, okay? So awareness of where your heart energy, what's in your heart energy, what you're directing out from that space, as well as what you're receiving in that space, okay? Awareness of where your energy is being directed, any triggers in regards to your heart energy, any blocks that you might be feeling in regards to that energy. All right. When I was meditating on your pile, I sort of pictured like a drain, or not that I pictured, I saw a drain, like, you know, the spiral of when water's going down a drain. I saw that, so that immediately tells me that there's a drain, right? Obviously, there's a drain into that energy, which means it felt like siphoning, like something was siphoning your heart energy, okay? So it's not just that you're over giving, like there's a siphon there. I felt it. All right. So your channeled message before I get into the lesson is release everything that burdens your heart at this time with gratitude. Awareness is how you set yourself free to flow into the energy of love, okay? I always like to picture energy as like flowing rivers. Like when everything is balanced, it should be a flowing river. when you have like slow, stagnant, like blockages, right? Like a beaver building a dam and it stops the water. Like those are the blockages that you build, and that's not, you know, you start to have troubles downstream. They need the water. All right. Pile number 1. I had already recorded your lesson. However, in editing, I realized that I heavily focused on getting rid of energy hooks versus the actual concept of energy hooks. So I'm going to try again. So energy hooks 101. The main thing that I do want to get across in discussing energy as hooks is to know, to be able to have a visual representation on where your energy is being dispersed, okay? So to visualize energy is usually like a vague expression. We picture it sometimes as like this force, like this cloud around us, like the chakras, like a certain maybe sphere even. Sometimes we picture it, but really energy is all different shapes. So we have an energy field. But we also create what's known as energy hooks. This is mostly in the spiritual community associated as a cord. I personally don't resonate with energy being like a single cord. Energy hook and cord is similar, except that when I hear the term cord, I visualize it as a one thing. In the spiritual community, there's this concept of cord cutting, in which you can remove a connection you have with a person by cutting that cord. However, I don't visualize energy in a way that's very singular. I visualize it as every single time your mind is thinking about something, whatever this is, you create like a fish hook and you toss it and you're hooking into that directly. It's that concept of when you say to someone, I'm sending you good vibes, right? Essentially what you're doing is directing a line of energy to them energetically, right? So it's like an imaginary, it cannot be seen, but you are directing it when you just like, man, I really hope that person's going to be okay. That's an energy hook. Therefore, why I don't see energy as a cord, because I feel like this is constantly being done, shooting energy in different directions, and they're coming from all different aspects of, I like to think of it as the chakras, right? So to think we have all of the types of energies. So thoughts being directed are creating hooks. Every single thought that you're directing is creating a hook. Sometimes if you start to think about it a lot, like let's say this thing over here is something that you really want. So you start to plan it out, you start shooting lots of energy at it, and you're just creating all of this hook, right? You're creating all that line. Now, if your heart is really set on something, your heart is right. The more you feel those feelings, the more your heart longs and desires for something. Especially when it comes to love. Green Aventurine. And you start to see how energy is being dispersed. Like these one lines, I don't see it like that. So therefore, to envision a cord cutting like doesn't make sense to me because there's so many, you know what I mean? So unless you're grabbing the chunking it together and cutting it with a samurai sword, then I don't know. But always only take what resonates. If what I'm expressing and showing to you visually does not resonate with you, like it doesn't feel right for you, then trust that, okay? This is how I personally visualize. So when I meditate and I'm trying to see, okay, where's my energy being directed? If I want to look into my energy hooks, right? Because it's not something I do often, but I am very aware. Remember that awareness was your key word emphasized, to be aware at least, because if you're feeling off, if you're feeling frustrated, if you're feeling fussy, if you're feeling drained, like extra tired, take awareness to where you're directing, right? All of our energetic fields. So let's say you communicate with a friend a lot. Let's say the friend is this one down here. So the throat chakra being attached, okay? So you're shooting hooks and all over the place at all the time, right? Every thought is shooting a hook. Every feeling is shooting a hook. Every interaction. So for example, if there's another person, I'm just going to do a stick figure for the sake of saving time, that you interact with on a daily basis. Well, you have a lot of hooks with them, right? Maybe they're a negative person. Well, same thing. You still have hooks attached to a negative person. And if they're with other people that these hooks are created, then you have a two-way hook going on. This is how I am able to read tarot, in case you ever wonder how you're able to tap into person's thoughts, feelings. It's because you, the person who shows up to view the tarot reading, is the direct connector. It's like the cans, right? I don't know if you guys remember that, like those tin cans, and you would put the cord and then you could like speak into them and the vibration and the cord would come to the other end, right? So that's how I visualize energy being directed between two people specifically. Those interactions are more powerful than anything, because the thoughts and feelings can be a one-way thing, but they could also be a two-way thing. So if it's this person and this person shooting thoughts at each other and they're also feeling for each other, for example, this is a heart energy reading, right? Then there's a lot of hooks, right? It's a two-way. So you show up for the reading wanting to know what's going on in this person's thoughts and feelings. Well, you have hooks with them. So all I'm doing is tapping a hook into you, into your energy, and then essentially hacking their line, hacking the line to them, and whatever thoughts are available to hack into, if you will. I should probably not say that word a lot on a YouTube reading, on a YouTube video. But yeah, that's how I pick up on the energy, okay? I'm hooking into you, and through the aluminum tin can, picking up on messages based off of those that are connected to you. In some cases, energy is like, let's say this person doesn't want you to know something, and it's a secret. Well, I won't be able to access that, right? Because they're setting intention that they're protecting something from being known. And so I'll just be able to give you whatever is available, whatever thoughts they're shooting at you, whatever feelings they're shooting at you. That's usually what I pick up in the tarot, right? So that's what I'm saying with energy hooks. At least that's how I interpret it. So it's for you to have awareness of where your hooks are, okay? Like if you had to do a little map of what you think about daily, like make little, you know, in your mind, right? Unless you want to physically draw one, you know, sometimes that helps too. But have awareness of where your hooks are, and understand that if there are any strong connections with anything. Okay, sorry. Yeah, I hope you get the gist of what I'm trying to say with this. However, really quick, I do want to give the example of like when you get heartbroken. You know, if you've been heartbroken, you know that you physically feel pain resonating, pounding in your chest. It feels painful. Most of these times, like in severe cases of my heartbreak, like I cannot take my hand off of my chest. It just hurts so bad. Like my hand just stays on my chest, like trying to soothe it, right? But that's what you're feeling. At least that's how I interpret it. I'm no scientist. But if you have a whole bunch of hooks back and forth with a person, all of a sudden some shocking event or shocking news gets to you, like let's say this person passes away. That's so shocking to you with all these, like immediately your energy field, it's like severing. That's what chopping a cord would feel like, right? Like severing the connection to, and it causes that pain. Now, if this is a heartbreak, like shocking news that this person was being deceitful or betrayal, that is the same thing. It's like chopping it. And what happens energetically is that it's so impactful, the way that these cords are being cut, and it leaves basically like a deep wound energetically, and our bodies, which are within the energy field, because these are energy hooks, which is direction, but we are all within an energy field that's connecting, that makes it available for us to make those connections, okay? So that energy of the hooks being severed causes a physical reaction because your body is within the energy field, and that's where you feel that pain in your literal heart, right? Because it is those it's a ripple effect of what just happened energetically, if that makes sense. Okay, I feel like I went the long way around to say that. But that I feel comfortable right now with the idea of energy hooks 101 and understanding and putting you in a place. So I hope I was able to be very clear and give you some sort of guide, aid, anything. Help you in some sort of way. All right, pile number 1. Let's move on to your reading. All right, so I hope you were able to gain something from that mini lesson on energy hooks. And yeah, let me know, please. I would appreciate any, whatchamacallit, constructive criticism. Don't come for me and be like, no, it's a cord. There's no such thing as a hook. I feel like everybody's different. That's why I don't follow any specific way of, yeah, because I just feel it out, what feels right for me, and I feel like you should feel out what feels right for you, okay? All right. Oh, so I guess I'm getting started with tarot. What do we need to know about energy hooks in regards to pile number 1? What is the main energy, main message in regards to energy hooks? The Hierophant. I'm going to say they're strong energy hooks, but I feel like, okay, I'm going to actually get more cards before I say anything. This is just something that you're really like committing your energy to, is what I'm feeling. Your dedication is a better, right? I think. All right. Messages for pile number 1. Forgiveness. Oh, there's a big rhino and he's cute. Waking the Lion, card 19. Messages for pile 1, please. Nothing is yet set in stone. Mutable moon. And broken heart. I was about to take like an extremely heavy breath. But I was just like, I sometimes hear myself like, no. All right, clarify forgiveness for me. No, I want it to come up. All right, clarify forgiveness, please. Okay. I'm going to take it in reverse. 2 of Wands in reverse. Clarify the Hierophant. 9 of Cups. I'll take it in the upright. Clarify Waking the Lion. The Hermit in the upright. Clarify Broken Heart. The Star in reverse. Nothing is yet set in stone. Clarify. King of Swords. I don't know how, okay. All right, I'm gonna have to sit with this. All right, pile number 1. So let's get started over here. This is going to be the siphon, by the way. But right here, or potentially, I don't know. Anyways, I'll get back to that. This energy over here is giving me a strong message about what I kept on hearing was wish unfulfilled. The star is that wish card, right? Card 17, wish card. Like you see the little cute kitties, you know, like looking up at the star and they're like hoping towards something. The Two of Wands gives a similar energy because wand is fire, so wanting also, right? Wanting, desire, desire. But the Two of Wands is also the energy of stall, like not having the capacity to move towards or access that desire because the star is up there in space. So therefore, we can't access it, right? Like something that's out of reach. That's the Two of Wands, being stalled, being restricted from being able to access. Yeah, and so both of them being in reverse, I was strongly getting wish unfulfilled, okay? And then to confirm that is the broken heart. However, wish unfulfilled and the broken heart feels like a very positive thing because this card right here, and I'm so glad that I brought out this deck again because I used to not use this deck, but I'm really liking using it now. I think that's what I need. I think I need to just wait. Whoa, what? I was about to say really quick, let me finish my thought, that I need to bring more decks, buy more decks, get more decks, crystals that change up the energy. I just barely noticed that there is people watching from the freaking bushes. I did not. That changes the energy a little bit. No, it doesn't. It does not. Because this, did I not just say that this card was very powerful? So we're going to forget those little ugly creeps in the background and we're just going to focus. Because that's what's happening here, right? There's no awareness of the people in the bushes with little creepy faces. They can stay there all they want. You're protected by a rhino, a big rhino. A very powerful spiritual rhino, right? Anyways, let me get to it, right? This wish unfulfilled, my bad, I just saw 333. This wish unfulfilled is impacting your inner self in a huge way. Because a wish that went unfulfilled and caused some sort of pain, that same action that caused you pain is also creating some sort of healing. And I know that this exact message came out with other cards in the last reading that I did. I just can't remember which pile it was. But yeah. Definitely. The same message, like this pain that you are experiencing, it's just like, okay, yes, that's exactly what it is. It's like beauty within the pain, like the rainbow within the storm while the storm is still storming, you know, like the beauty within that. That's what this feels like. It feels like protection, like healing, like, okay, I will just say it. You chose you. You chose you. I feel like your inner child is happy because I feel like you protected you. You kept yourself safe. You chose you. That's what I just keep hearing. Yeah. Maybe like your inner child felt like they were, oh, yeah, out there with the wolves, because that's what I was getting. That there's like wolves lurking in the, yeah, out there with the wolves. The inner child kept on feeling unsafe, and now you are protecting you. I like that. But yeah, that's the energy that it was giving me. Like, okay, the lurkers, I have to address that, okay? Because that's something that's been coming out in my own personal, my own guidance that I've been receiving is like that feeling of something, but like, okay, like energetically to me, it's like, you know, when you hear a rustle behind you in the leaves, but you look and there's nothing there. And you're just like, I'm pretty sure I heard something. You know, like me, I didn't even see this. I stared at this card so long and I didn't see that. That's what it is. There are people, so protect your energy. That's exactly what you need to do. Your energy is vulnerable at this time, not only based off of the situation that it is being represented here, but at the same time about in connection to what's going on over here, okay? Which let me tell you about, yes, this is the exact same reading, I feel. This is the exact same reading as the last time because I felt the same. I remember there being a bridge. There was a rainbow bridge. Oh my god, it was a rainbow too. And okay, I'm done. It literally is the exact same reading because that's what I'm visualizing, and it was in the tarot cards, literally rain and a rainbow. But anyways, okay, this was in reverse. This was like this. I see this leading into, yeah, protect your energy because you don't need to be worrying about who is in the bushes shooting bad energy at you, okay? It's none of my business as far as I'm concerned. You shoot the energy all you want. I have a rhino protecting me. All right. The Hierophant, 9 of Cups. This, you chose you. Yeah, same message I'm getting. You chose you. Making a commitment to you. Making you a priority. Making, what did I say the word? I said a word in the beginning. Dedication. Thank you. Dedication to yourself. 9 of Cups represents like fulfilling, like self-fulfilling, right? Self-fulfilling. Filling your own cups in all aspects. And yeah, just like showering yourself in those cups. So dumb. All right. I need to, before I forget, the 9s. We have a 9. We have a 9. We have a 9. We have a 9. So, yeah, lots of 9s going on here, okay? 9 is the energy of fulfillment. Fulfilling your life's purpose is the energy of 9. I feel like you are definitely, okay, so this would be the opposite. The Hermit, coming out of the Hermit mode into waking the Lion. The Lion has been sleeping and now he is awoken. Waking the Lion. I feel like, I always say the word shifts in tarot readings, but this feels different. This feels very significant, okay? It's going to be significant shifts for good. Good things. Whatever it is that you are ambitious about with that Lion energy, whatever it is that you set your sights on that you feel ambitious about, yeah, it's going to bring fulfillment, okay? So pursue. It's a time to pursue your ambitions, to pursue what makes you feel, why can't I talk? Fulfilled. However, if there is still, remember the energy hooks 101, things needing to remember, don't go into like chopping any cord. Just soothe them with gratitude. Remember, the cords are attached to you as well, so you should not treat the cord as if it's, yeah, although it goes to waste. You know what I forgot to say? Okay, I'm glad I remembered really quick before I get into this. The energy hooks is how the tarot energy works, okay? So when I say like, subscribe, all of those things are interactions, right? You are interacting with something that is energetically connected to me by viewing, by listening to my voice, by tapping on the like, subscribe. So all of those things, like the people that I pick up on their energy the most are those that are interacting, those that are subscribed, those that are commenting. I pick up on their energy stronger because we have energy hooks going back and forth. That's how it works, okay? So every time before I start the reading, I always cleanse and protect my energy. I cleanse and protect the intention of whoever may view and connect with my energy. And so I clean me, I clean you, whoever you are. And then I prepare my energy for being able to be as clear as possible, right? Because I'm a mess, but nothing is yet set in stone. And the King of Swords. This is giving me something that you're directing a lot of thought energy. So I showed the little thing as a heart, but we have energy hooks in all directions, all aspects of us, okay? So heart definitely like shoots. Let's just say all of them, okay? Let's just picture it as chakras. To not get into too specific, your heart has energy hooks, your mind, whatever you're directing your thoughts, has its own energy hooks. And in this case, the King of Swords is giving me something that your brain, if I would have drawn a brain, there's a lot of hooks being sent to something that doesn't have a clear path, which is, I think, where you're headed. I think where you're headed is going to be a lot of change. Like I said, a lot of shift, and it feels like it's something that you have to work your way up to. Like I said, there was like a sleeping lion, but it feels like the time is now. Okay, the time is to not come out of hermit mode and pursue. Yeah, it's the time. I feel like it may be bringing you a lot of worry. The unknown is always scary, right? So naturally, you would be directing thought as to all the potentials, okay? But just be open. Just be open to the potentials, to ease that, okay? Try to find a way to be at peace, that regardless, you're definitely on your way or in the process of moving your life into a very strong shift towards a very fulfilling life purpose, okay? So pursue those ambitions. It's going to really bring in a lot of progress for you at this time. Yeah, that's what I got for you, okay? So energy, what was your main word? I feel like I need to bring up that again. Awareness. Awareness of where your hooks are. So if you imagine all the chakras, if you were directing from that specific energy, it's like, you know, all the way down to the sacral, you know, if you're directing sacral energy, those are hooks too. So you may have hooks directed all over the place and all different, and you're just a big old mess of spider webs entangled with everybody and everyone, which is why you should cleanse your energy. Just saying. But I cleansed you anyway, so you're good for now. Temporarily. All right, anyways, I hope this was not too all over the place. If I had $1 for every single time I've said that in one of my readings. Anyways, let me know what you think, if that's something you're comfortable doing. Comment, let me know how it resonated. I was talking about, let me know what you think about the lesson aspect of it. Did you like that or not? wait, no, don't tell me if you didn't like it. Only tell me if you did like it. My heart is vulnerable. It can't take the criticism at this time. Only constructive criticism, please. All right. That is what I got for you, pile number 1. If you are interested in booking a personal reading, all you have to do is email me. You can find that in the description box. Until we ride again, loves. Hi, pile number 2. Thank you for joining me for your reading. If you chose this blue fluorite, then you're at the right place. So I'm going to get started with the crystal channeled message. However, I do want to let you know that you chose the skeleton key, and so the lesson you ended up choosing was Manifesting 101, okay? So, before I get into that though, I do want to go over what I was getting for the fluorite. I was getting that there was movement in the areas of like third eye chakra, as well as the throat chakra. Okay, so movement in areas where there was restriction before, specifically highlighted in those areas, I saw it flowing. Okay, and then I got the image of like a riverbed flooding over and canals starting to be filled with flow that they had not previously had. Okay, so your word that was emphasized was discernment at this time. Okay, why? Specifically because I felt like there was going to be quick movement with that flow, right? I was talking in pile number 1 about energy being like rivers, right? So not just one river, there's multiple rivers and there's a lot of aspects to it, but flow like as a river. If you've ever gone tubing or rafting or whatever, right? Then I want you to visualize that. So your river specifically was flowing because there had been restrictions. So it was like slow moving water, but all of a sudden it's like whatever was there making it slow is removed, and now you are able to have like strong flow. Okay, so I feel like things are going to be moving faster for you based off of that in general, right? Energy precedes what we experience in the 3D, right? So if you're energetically flowing faster, then you will start to see that express itself in your actual physical life. If not already, then soon. Okay. Message. Okay, use your discernment. It's a time for quick movement and decision making. So needing to be on your toes is sort of the vibe that I was getting. Like okay, you know what I pictured? Like you standing on the side of a river, waiting for the little floaty tubes to come by, and then like it's not gonna stop. Like you gotta jump. You're just waiting for it. You're just like right there on the side, and it's floating, and then you just gotta jump. And if you don't, then you're gonna have to wait for the next one to come around, and who knows when that one will be. So to use this flow to your advantage. Why? Because it's flowing faster. So as long as you jump and get in that tube, trust that you're going to get to your destination down the riverbed much faster than you normally would at this time. So use this river flow to your advantage. I heard that, okay? Your channeled message for this specific crystal. So this is my own personal channeled message that I've had sitting on my mirror for probably almost a year. No, probably about a year now, actually. So this is what it says. It says, this is only the beginning of an exciting new adventure. Your dreams are waiting for you. Every single one of them. Right behind your fear, they await you. Right now, in this moment, the life you have always dreamt of, the life you were meant to experience, is manifesting right in front of you, and magic is surrounding you now. Okay? So that is a very powerful message that I received about a year ago, and I wrote it down and I had it on my mirror so that I can see it and access it and try to embrace that energy, right? But it's a very beautiful message about the key, right? The key being in your hands, and the only thing that's keeping you from what's behind the door is your fear. It's a fear door, okay? It's all an illusion. So all you got to do is jump in the tube. The fear is an illusion. All right. So let's get into your message. Don't laugh at my little drawing. I'm going to try to make sense of it to you. Manifesting 101. So manifesting is, if you're anything like me, manifesting is not an easy concept. It's an easy concept for me to understand, but to take the concept and, what is it? You know, to take it in and actually apply it. There you go. Apply it. Was very difficult to learn, and I'm still learning, right? Everything I'm still learning. I don't ever presume to know it all at all, or anything, really. This is how I perceive things, and that's what works for me. And I am sharing it with you to hope that something, even if it's not the entire aspects that I share, but that something helps you in some sort of way, okay? So manifesting. It starts off with a thought, right? This is supposed to be your third eye. So thought, it starts off with a spark in your brain. Synapses. It creates a image in your mind. And this is where manifesting begins, right? It's the seed. The seed is the imagination. Truly, you know, for if you have a strong imagination, manifesting, well, I won't say that it's easier, but it's more fun. I'll just say that. So, planting the seed, which is first, you know, starting with an idea, beginning something, sparking something in your brain that creates an image in your mind, in your imagination, in your third eye. And you begin there, right? So I picture manifestations like, if you can narrow it down, because sometimes they're so broad, but if you can narrow it down to like a thing. For example, like I did little doors, like money, okay, right? If you want like a specific stream of money, or secure money, or more money, or whatever it is that you want in regards to money, that could be like one door. Whatever you imagine for that, for yourself, becomes a door, right? You're creating doors of things that you desire as you go along, right? As you go along in life, you begin to create doors of manifestations that are all energetically created. There's seeds planted, and sometimes you nurture them, sometimes you forget about them, and they dissolve, you know, but they're somewhere there still. They're in the ether. That's when they say, be careful what you wish for. Because it's all in the ether, and maybe like 20 years from that day, you know, you may not be the same person, and then all of a sudden it happens. JK. But anyways, yeah, so manifesting, creating all these doors of things that you've imagined, and some, like I said, you nurture more than others, and those are the ones that become stronger. All right. Now, the idea of manifesting is that you create it, you visualize it, you imagine it as much as you possibly can. What would it feel like to, you know, like the more imaginary you go with it, the stronger the manifestation. However, then you gotta let it go. You gotta walk away from it. You gotta walk away from the door. After you have created a room full of your manifestation, you got to walk away from it. And that's the hard part usually, right? Specifically when it comes to money, I can say, because if you're in need of, that payment's due, I'm late on this, I need to get that, whatever, it's harder to take your focus away from that door, right? When is it going to open? Is it almost here? But that's you holding on. If you're wondering when it's coming, then you're not releasing it. You haven't released it, okay? You're still there. You're standing in front of the door. You have not walked away from it. If your focus is there, okay? So walking away from it, because once you throw it in there, it starts working its way. As long as you're in the flow, this will be you. Once you walk away, you become this heart and you jump in this river. Jumping in the river means going with the flow of life, going with the flow of your intuition, going with the flow of your purpose, your joy, whatever it is that pulls you from a healthy place, okay? As long as you go in the flow, trust that whatever door you strongly put intention towards is going to be flowing with you, all of those doors, right? But that's the hard part. You're going to end up there as long as you're in the flow, but the hard part is getting in, because a lot of times we never even walk away from the door. We just stay staring at the door and expecting something to happen with us staring at the door. So I know there's more that I wanted to say in regards to manifesting, but I feel like this connects with the key. I just saw 1111, the key, right? You have the key. You have the key. You create the door, the room of what's stored in there, but you also carry the key to open the door. So all you got to do is trust that you already have the key. You don't have to keep your focus on the door. You just got to let it go. Oh, I was supposed to give examples. Okay, the most recent example that I could say is it's the idea of non-attachment. Non-attachment to an outcome. Non-attachment to when will I get this door? Will I really get this door? How long will it take for me to get access in the physical, right? Because this is all energetic, and this is when you get it actually in the physical, right? There's a time delay based on you. It can happen fast as long as you're in the flow. Remember, right now your flow is flowing, so stay in the flow. Trust your manifestations. You're on the freaking way. But in case you needed an example, something that non-attachment, okay? So just being able to not have any specific like, oh, I want to manifest this and I really need it to happen in a month. So not coming from a place of need. Like I said, money is the hardest. If you don't have, like, let's say a cushion of money while you're working on manifesting big money or whatever, you're going to be worried about money. So that's going to be hard to get away from the door, in other words, and go into the flow. So, painting. I keep forgetting I was going to give an example. The painting. The last painting that not the last painting. A while ago. There was a contest for Dia de los Muertos art. And I had not created art in so many years. Painting, an actual painting. I had done makeup art, but not an actual painting. So I went in that contest eager to just create. Just get back into the mode of creating. So for me, the contest, right? Like, I was like, oh, it's a contest. I want to go win that contest. Me manifesting. But I didn't put too much focus on what if I don't win that contest, because that would keep me out of the flow, right? Or I wonder who I'm competing against in that contest. What if they're better than me? That would keep me at the door, focused on the manifestation still, right? Versus going in my flow and trusting that it'll come. I was just eager to paint, so I just put the intention out there that I wanted to, because it was a contest, naturally I want to win. Right? But setting that intention, but really just going to the flow, right? Because I was just happy to create, so I didn't even put attachment to any of that and worried about anything. I just put my intention on creating, always as I was creating, with the intention that it was to win, right? It was to be the prize winning painting. and being in my flow, showing up. I literally visualized everything. I was like, okay, like I'm ready to go to my thing where I'm gonna win. And it was just me like joking around in my head, like, okay, like let's go so we can go, you know, win my trophy. But with non-attachment to the outcome or what if it didn't happen or any of that, just in the flow, just happy to create and having non-attachment and not really caring about the win or not, but just like joking about it and being like, no, but that's my intention, right? And it happened. So, yeah, that time, the entire time, like I knew that it would happen, so I was not even surprised. It was weird. It was like the first time that I truly felt like I manifested that and I'm aware. I like consciously manifested that versus times where you unconsciously manifest things in your life, right? And then later come to realize. But yeah, so anyways, let's get into, oh, let me stop this. What does pile number 2 need to know about manifesting? 9 of Presents. That's the 9 of Pentacles. And I love that it's a 9 because you might resonate with pile number 1, okay? So let me get your oracle and then I'll clarify them. Messages for pile number 2. Okay, we have growth. We have enlightenment. Why did I say it like that? Enlightenment. Pile number 2. I love it. Opening to discovery, the keyhole and that key. Literally, I love how everything connects. Literally, everything that you want is right there. That door, you're in the flow on the little tube. Nothing will come of this situation. Void, of course, moon. Yeah, everything's resonating for sure. The garden and the gate. Okay, so this is, sorry, right here, right here. And then I want to clarify them all. But I can already tell that this is exactly what I told you, right? Leaving non-attachment, nothing will come of the situation, not putting focus. Because putting focus on all of the possibilities, so that's going to be strongly a message for you. We have the 6 of Candles in reverse. Clarify the garden and the gate. Something that you're afraid of not succeeding in is holding you at the door, because this is imagining. This is me imagining. Oh my God, I didn't even look at the Hangman. Yes, exactly. Remember I said you stay stuck at the door? They're literally both stuck at the door in this case. There's something that you're at the door on instead of jumping in that tube. Something that you're afraid of not being successful in, so you're not jumping in the tube, is what I'm getting with the 6 of Candles, 6 of Wands in reverse. Which is going to connect with the original message that I said. This is a time for discernment, a time for quick movement and decision making. Because of the flow, this is not the time to stop by and overthink, especially is what I'm getting. Discernment, quick movement and quick decision making. Use this to your advantage, okay? So things are really flowing for you and there's something that you're not jumping into. Literally, I love how that connected, okay? Let me get growth. Clarify growth. The star in reverse. This is going to connect with pile number 1 for sure. Card 17. Enlightenment. I said it funny again. I'm tired. It's late. This reading took me forever to prepare for. Usually, sorry, I'm going off. 10 of Needles in reverse. And opening to discovery. The Hierophant in reverse. Yeah, this is going to connect. Hierophant came out in the other one, but it was not in reverse. It's all giving me the same message though, so why is it in reverse? Why is the Hierophant? Nope. I'm not doing that. Why is it in reverse? No. I think I'm gonna have to do pile 3 tomorrow. I'm way too tired. I'm falling asleep. Why is the Hierophant? Wheel of Fortune. It's giving me mixed messages, okay? But let me just start. This clearly is something that you're standing at the door of a manifestation and not jumping into something. Something that you are afraid of not being successful, okay? So take that however it resonates. Something that you feel like you're putting fear and doubt into it is what I'm getting, okay? There's too much overthinking. If you feel guided to something, there's the need to not stay stuck in the overthinking and over analyzing. There's the need to just make a decision despite the outcome, despite whatever happens. You just need to trust that at least I took the actions. Even if it didn't pay off exactly, at least I know. Versus the unknown, versus missing the opportunity and letting it just slip you by. Because then it's really the unknown, right? Then it's really what if. But if you take the actions versus staying stalled out of doubt, out of fear of not being successful in whatever this is for you, you won't know, okay? It's better taking the actions and knowing and having an outcome, right? Versus playing them all out in your head and not taking it. The Star in reverse is connecting with the other reading because it feels like, let me get another card because I don't know if this connects to this. Okay. Justice again in reverse. I'm going to pull out another deck to clarify those. Oh, no. Let me just do this. The energy. Victory. Something that you're afraid of not being successful in. Okay. So is this the illusion? Fear is an illusion. Okay. All right. That's what I'm getting. There we go. That clarified that for me. All right. I just felt like I went in circles just to end up in the same spot. Growth and enlightenment, I feel, are strongly what are allowing or not allowing. I feel like that's what the flow is, okay? So like the water that's in your river is this energy. It's just like high vibrational, which is allowing it to flow more fiercely, if you will, like a whitewater rapids. The Nine of Presents and opening to discovery. This really feels like pile number 1, with the Nine of Pentacles energy being somebody who it's about self, really. Like, I could say all and repeat all of the things associated with Nine of Pentacles, but it's really about, like, think about it. Like, it's Christmas morning and I am completely alone in my cave, and I wake up to this bundle of awesome looking presents. Why? Because I bought myself all of these awesome looking presents that I get to open. That's why. It's filling your own cups. It's taking the steps to nourish yourself. It's putting energy and effort towards you, right? Towards your goals, towards your dreams, towards your whatever. In this case, potentially something that you're scared of not being successful that is causing you to stall, but it's really the energy that you are trying to manifest is the Nine of Pentacles. So feeling that way, feeling, you know, successful and being able to do that is what I'm getting. I really think that anything that's holding you back, in this case, it's fear, and especially with the movement is what I'm getting with the Wheel of Fortune over there. Indicates fast movement also, so that's going to clarify. We do have 2 10s here, so I do want to say that potentially in the beginning I said that there was restriction, there was movement after restriction in the flow, right? So Wheel of Fortune indicates flow, like movement, but fast movement that can feel a little unstable and unsteady, but I feel like you're just closing off a cycle, and this is what essentially flushed is what I'm hearing. Flushed. Flushed your energy. No, really, that's what it feels like, because it feels like there was stuff like clogging, I guess, if you will, like areas where there should be more space for flow. And yeah, so that the flow is really moving now, because I feel like those spaces were cleared. Growth, enlightenment, those are high vibrational, okay? So you are really, if you want to connect it to the manifesting image that I put, that room, that door, if you will, holds a lot. There's lots of seeds that have been planted in the rooms, if you will, the halls of doors of rooms that you've manifested things in. And I feel like with the enlightenment coming out, like that's just confirming to me that things are really speeding along, and that you are trusting your guidance. You're receiving guidance for sure. The Hierophant, enlightenment. Now, whether you're trusting the guidance is a different thing, okay? I do want to pull you like advice or something, because I feel like there's something that I'm missing. Let me get one of these. Manifesting. Remember, do not put yourself in doubt. Don't put yourself in fear. Fear is the biggest thing. That was in the message. This is only the beginning of an exciting new adventure. Your dreams are waiting for you right here. Your dreams are waiting for you. Every single one of them, right behind your fear. They await you. Right now, in this moment, the life you have always dreamt of, the life you were meant to experience, is manifesting right in front of you, and magic is surrounding you now. You just have to trust. You just have to trust that when you feel guided towards something, you take that jump, okay? You jump in that tube. Discernment, time for making quick response, quick actions. Take opportunities as they come. Don't sit on them too long. Don't overthink things. We have Heart Guardian, love and let yourself be loved, and Wise One, grow within your current situation. Yeah, these are enlightenment and growth are literally this card put together. Grow within your current situation. That's what enlightenment is. It's growing from any challenges, obstacles, lessons, experiences that you've had, you know, taking something from it, you know, not finding any situation. Isn't that the message we just got? No, we got it yesterday, and not yesterday, in the last reading of pile number 3, about remembering that all of these situations are on purpose because there's something to be gained from each one of these experiences, and that's what you're doing, okay? You're absolutely doing that. However, you need to trust. Don't put any blockages in your heart is what I'm getting. Love and let yourself be loved. Is that what I got in the beginning? Was it for this pile? Or maybe it was the pile number 1. Regardless, I remember now that I saw an image of hands over the chest, but both hands over the chest, and it felt like fear. Again, like there was a fear wall being built or being put up. So if that's something that resonates with you, like you feeling like you're putting barrier on the flow when it comes to your heart, don't do that, okay? Obviously, be discerning. Discernment is your word of emphasis. Be discerning, but trust yourself. Like you have a strong connection to your intuition. Trust yourself, okay? To know what's best for you. But do not put blockage, okay? Allow things to flow so long as you feel guided towards it. That's a strong message I'm getting for you, okay? So that's what I got for you, pile number 2. If you found anything of value in the lesson or in the reading, please let me know how it resonated with you. And if you're interested in booking a personal reading, email me. You can find my email address in the description box, loves. Until we vibe again. Hi, pile number 3. Thank you for joining me for your reading. If you chose this cute little baby clear quartz, then you're at the right place. So, pile number 3, I keep on wanting to say pile 4. A fun fact. I am actually recording your reading days later than I recorded the other 2, so it might not match exactly the way I did that one because I didn't even remember which decks I had used, so I was having to go back and reference. But regardless, I'm so glad that I wrote down the channeled messages for the crystals because you chose the clear quartz as well as the lantern, okay? So your lesson is going to be Intuition 101, okay? The lantern represents your intuition. Into me I see, right? Is the main thing I kept on hearing. Into me I see, intuition. So I was sort of feeling that potentially there is something that you are currently trying to make a decision about, that you are really seeking outside, just like outside opinion, outside influence, outside, there's a word that I'm looking for. It starts with a C, but I cannot find it. Outside something that you are trying to make you, like, sort of to give you, oh, I can't think of the word. Like to make you feel assured, okay? Something you're looking for outside assurance in helping you make this decision because you're not trusting yourself to know what to do. But the strong message that I was getting is intuition, okay? You chose the lantern, so you are wanting to trust yourself. However, for whatever reason, you're having doubt. So that's going to be your lesson for today. Clear quartz is associated with the crown chakra. Clear, clarity, right? Being able to access clear guidance. But in order to do that, you got to clear out all the static, all the fuzz, all the outside. This can include, for example, like what you're consuming. Ew, my throat made a weird noise. What you're consuming to clear your energy, but also this can be literally anything. Consuming is also like what it is that we are viewing, what it is that we're reading, what it is that we're discussing. who it is that we allow into our energy spaces as far as like communications and interactions, clearing it all. Anything that doesn't serve you, anything that is not in your best, highest good needs to be cleared, because I feel like the outside sources that you are leaning on for assurance are actually contributing to your lack of ability to trust yourself, okay? Spiritual growth is also associated with the clear quartz, but a lot of emphasis on, in order to have mental clarity, in order to manifest things from a place of mental clarity, that you need a whole cleanse of body, mind, spirit, okay? Clarity is the main emphasized word that came through for you, pile number 3, all right? And your channeled message really quick before we get into your mini lesson is, your soul is illuminating a path towards your greatest goals and desires at this time. Although you can only see 1 or 2 steps ahead of you, and this can make you feel unsteady, this is a time to build a clear sense of trust in your own guide, or in your own ability to guide yourself exactly where you are meant to be, okay? So, that is your channeled message. Your soul is illuminating a path for you. However, you're not trusting because you can only see 1 or 2 steps. You can only see what should I do next, but you can't see what comes after that. And that is causing you a lot of unsteadiness. So, your lesson, Intuition 101. Into me I see. Remember that when it comes to intuition. Intuition isn't outside. Yes, sometimes you can be receiving outside signs that you are seeking, but you have to go within once you receive the signs to be able to guide yourself in an understanding of what the signs are trying to tell you, okay? The signs are just there for added guidance, but the main guidance you should always be trusting is within you, not without, okay? So, what's the hardest thing, or at least in my experience, the hardest thing between knowing what my intuition is, because the brain is so loud. The intuition is much more subtle. It's a feeling. It's not something that you hear in your mind so loud like the brain, right? The brain is like that fear, the anxiety that tells you that, no, that's scary because what if this, and this happens, and you start playing out scenarios. That's not your intuition, okay? Your intuition does not feel like stress. It doesn't feel like fear. It doesn't feel like anxiety, overthought. When you're starting to play things out and going into deep details, that is never going to be your intuition, okay? All of that is your brain. And so, although sometimes you're able to find a strong balance in brain and heart coherence, a lot of the times when it comes to intuition, especially if you haven't been practicing trying to separate what is a thought versus what your intuition is, okay? Intuition, this is my experience. Of course, I can only give you what I have tried, what has worked for me, okay? The way that I understand it. Intuition, what it feels like, okay? It feels like inspiration. It feels like imagination. It feels like very quiet and subtle, but it feels like a sudden clarity, just like a knowing, like something that feels right. So naturally, that's going to be different for everyone, or the ways to decipher that will be different, but that's the only thing I can say. Like when you're just like, I don't know if what I'm feeling is what I should do. Or sometimes you just know, it feels right, but then once it comes to the action part of it, the brain like hijacks everything and it takes over, and then that's where the anxiety comes in. Because I know that's the case for me. A lot of times I feel guided to do something, and I'm just like, I know I have to do this. But then when it's about going into action, the fear, the anxiety takes over, and it literally I'm working on that very strongly, but it used to have the ability to just paralyze me. Like, no, there was absolutely no action being taken at all whatsoever, because the brain would take over and I wasn't able to pull myself out of that, to get past that barrier of fear. I literally even cried before, cried so hard because I want so badly to do something, but my brain will not allow me. There's just so much fear that I just have to like cry and just get angry with myself. Like, it's not real. Whatever it is that I'm fearing is not real. So what I started to do when it came to anxiety stopping me from what it is that my intuition is guiding me towards is just to get silly about it, to be honest. For me, like, I just try to remind myself that, you know, if this were my last day, and that's very dramatic, but that's the way that I have to think about it. If this were my last day, would I be more mad at myself for trying something that ended up maybe like rejection, right? Would I be more mad at myself on my last day, knowing that it's my last day, that I tried something that I felt inspired to do and was rejected in that? Or would I be more happy with myself knowing, like, I'm glad that I never even tried that. I'm glad that I never even tried, so that I didn't have to experience the potential rejection of it. You know, like, no, I would definitely be much more at peace knowing that at least I tried, right? And then I'll deal with what comes after, because you won't know. You won't know. There is no such, well, in my experience, there is no such thing as a straight and narrow, pre-decided future. The way that I've experienced it, there are multiple infinite futures. And how do you know which road you're going to end up on? Well, it all depends on which road you choose to walk on. And so it's about decisions, day-to-day, moment-to-moment decisions that you are making that are putting you in a different direction. Every single moment that you're making a big, profound decision in your life, you're choosing to take a different fork in a different road and deciding. So there's no way to know what's going to come at the end, because you are creating the future in the present, okay? Infinite potentials. That the brain can get in the way, like I said, and stop you from trusting what your intuition is. And this just takes really, intuition is difficult, especially if you have a very heavy brain. My brain is so heavy. But you know what I mean? Like, if this is something that you experience a lot that keeps you from following, and you're going to know if you're going against your intuition, because you'll start to feel fussy. Your intuition is like a buzzing, like at first it's very subtle, like a little buzzing gnat, right? And you're just like, oh, what was that? And then the more and more you start to build on that feeling and become more, you know, it just becomes something that you feel more drawn to. You're thinking about it more, you're feeling it more. And it's like a buzzing, right? You have more awareness of this feeling. It's like a buzzing that it has your attention. But if you're not following through with whatever going towards what the intuition is making you, is helping you, guide you towards, that came out all messy, but whatever, you know what I mean. Then you're going to start to feel fussy. You're going to start to feel unfulfilled. You're going to start to feel bored. You're going to start to feel, in some places, very frustrated, irritable. In some cases, if it's something that your heart wants even so badly, you know what I mean? You start to feel out of alignment, is what it is, okay? You put yourself out of alignment with what your soul wants to experience. So, I know this one was so long, but I felt the need to say all of those things, and I'm pretty sure I forgot to, but this was supposed to be a mini lesson. I hope I was able to explain myself in a fairly decent way. All right, so that's what I got for you, intuition. Let's go ahead and take a look at the main energy of the message for you. Actually, I need to stop the video. Okay. Sorry, I had to stop the video because I need to be able to timestamp and separate the reading. At least I'm going to try to. All right, pile number 3. What is the main energy of intuition? Okay. The Fool and the 4 of Wands. Yeah, literally what I was just saying. Your soul wants you to take a leap. And remember, the main message was saying that it's causing you... Let me look at the message again. It's causing you to feel unsteady, okay? It's causing you to feel unsteady, but it's a time to build a clear sense of trust in your own ability to guide yourself exactly where you are meant to be. And that looks like a place of happiness, a place of fulfillment for some of you, a place of union. So this is just energy. So this could be internal within you, like feeling the need to have a strong sense of balance, because 4 is also the energy of stability. This is also the 1111 card. So union within yourself, or this could be external. So union with another person is what your soul is asking you to take a strong leap of faith on, okay? To go in there with the Fool energy, which is leaving pre-misconceptions. I don't know. That's what I heard. Leaving all that behind and going in there with faith. The Fool is about blind faith, right? He's trusting that wherever he's about to land is going to be in the arms of beautiful union and stability. All right. So let's go ahead and pull the oracle cards for you. Pile number 3. We'll take that one. Messages for pile number 3 about intuition. I feel like there's one more. No. Okay, that one. No, they're all flipping. Okay, they went back down. I saw the healing one. There was the card showed itself to me. There it is. Pile number 3. All right, we have, let me put this, okay, we have community. I never even mentioned the mascot, that I have a mascot. The dragon is the mascot of Fifth Dimension Academy. He has his own wand and he's very powerful. So dumb. I want the little one to burn. We have card number 7. We have a time for healing. Stop it. Yeah, I had seen the card of healing. It showed itself to me when it fell. Prayer. I've not seen this one. This just feels like hoping for an abundant future. Planning out the future. Ooh. Card number 3, the time machine. And card number 11. 11. In case you've been seeing that. In perfect harmony. So let me clarify them all. Clarify community. Yeah, this already tells me, like, it feels like the timing is playing itself out for something to really move into harmony, because that's what I was saying, balance, some sort of union, harmony, that's what it... Clarify community, thank you. Time for healing. Clarify healing. Okay, they don't want to show themselves to me, that's fine. Clarify prayer. Clarify prayer, please. Okay, Queen of Cups. And card 19, the Sun. Yeah, there's definitely something you're trying to manifest. And it might be a person with the Queen of Cups coming out. In perfect harmony. Clarify, please. Card number 20 with Judgment. Oh, I forgot I gotta cover that up. Let me find something. We'll use a crystal. Alright. Ooh, we have the Emperor, card number 4. So 4 might be significant. Yeah, remember I kept on wanting to call you Power 4? And then we have Queen. Queen of Pentacles. Oh, I didn't clarify time machine. Yeah, something about timing. Ten of Wands. Closing up a cycle. Time to move to a new time machine. Time machine. Not into a time machine. But remember I said, like, every decision that you make leads you into a different timeline, a different potential future. I'm feeling there's a need to take that fork in the road. Maybe that's what you're being guided to. A new fork that you're scared of because you've been on that same one for a while. Healing was strongly emphasized, and Emperor is stable masculine energy. With the fire burning in the back, this is connecting me to the Ten of Wands, like burning the past and stabilizing the path forward is what I'm getting. But that includes healing. Healing could be the burning also. So being able to really dissolve, disintegrate, all of those words, right? To literally remove what's in your energy that is keeping you from embodying this stable masculine energy. There is like strong masculine and feminine energy, and there's the 11-11, and you know, like, I cannot go without saying that that's like clearly signs of like divine love. Strong masculine energy, praying. And then there's even the double lemons. And the lemonade is giving me like summer vibes, like chilling, like you know, a Sunday, you know, relaxation time, and being able to travel, maybe hoping, like, planning out fun moments and relaxation moments of happiness, moments of joy, moments of just, you know, being at peace, being happy. Happy is what I keep on hearing. Happy, happy, happy. Being happy. Yeah, actually now I'm saying it like, yeah, in perfect harmony, community, the Four of Wands, this one, the Sun, all of those, the Fool even is a happy card. Like, he's happy to be taking that leap of faith because he has so much hope for where he's headed, right? He's like, you know what? I'm leaving it all behind. All I'm taking is what's with me here, and screw it. That's all I need. Leave it all behind. Burn it all behind. Drop the burden of the past. It's too heavy. Let it go and embrace the energy of newness, of potential, of, I'm hearing a fresh start. And I know that came out in one of the other readings the other day. I don't remember which pile it was. You know what this is giving me? Like, yeah, definitely manifesting. Okay, I'm sorry. I got way off. This was supposed to be a reading about intuition. So, your intuition is clearly guiding you into something that you have a clear sense of direction because it's in your energy. Okay, so what's holding you back is the healing. Got it. The healing. You do know, you have awareness of where your intuition, because this feels like you already have this whole thing played out. You've been praying for it. You've been preparing for it, is what I'm hearing. But something within this healing, this energy is standing out to me. And for some reason, this is giving me anxiety. With time usually does give me anxiety because I'm not good with time. me see. Like there's something within you that's feeling anxious about the time aspect. Give me a message about the time. What is going on with the time? It could be the change. It could be dropping the burden. It could be all of it. Yeah, I mean, it's not judgment, right? I forgot about the judgment is there. So it's like, yeah, that's not good energy. It's really about a time of shifts, but like dramatic ones. The Eight of Pentacles for the time machine. So the Eight of Pentacles is taking the time to build something, right? Taking the time to build something stable and secure and all of that good stuff. So I was feeling anxious with timing. So maybe you feel like you're running out of time. Like you need more time. Even though your intuition is saying it's time now. If that's what it is. I think that's what it is. Because it does feel like the time is now. To be honest, with the Fool being the first energy that came out, that's it's time. It's like it's already happening is sort of what I'm getting. Like it's not so much that it's a decision to be made. It's sort of like already happening is what I'm getting. Your intuition is also telling you that there's healing that needs to be done. Let me get another card for that. Okay. These cards got so chunky. Temperance, literally a card about healing. It is a fresh new start. The sun is rising there too. All of this bright energy. Yeah. Ace of Pentacles. It's all about a fresh new start. Okay, so here's what I'm getting. There's a part of you that's resistant to trusting your intuition because you're scared of this fresh new start, which came out in the channeled message, which was about you can only see 1 to 2 steps. Well, I think you're lying to yourself if you believe that you can only see 1 to 2 steps. I think maybe there's fear about it not unfolding because I feel like you've seen the steps all the way through. This feels like it's been thought through. This feels like you can see everything being beautiful and wonderful and awesome, and you've laid it out. And for some of you, I feel like this is in regards to a connection. But it doesn't have to be, right? It could just be feeling very stable in the energies of the Queen of Pentacles, the Queen of Cups, the Sun, the Emperor, being strong and stable in all aspects of your life. Okay, it could be that. So take it however it fits for you. But it feels like you're convincing yourself that you don't have all the steps figured out, or that you need more time to prepare, to secure, to build, to gather, to whatever, right? To prepare. But the reality is that the time is now. It is already, is sort of what I was getting. Like it's already, the energy is already in motion. So if you've been resisting, I don't know how you would be resisting, but the healing comes with the new start is what I'm getting. The energy of the new start is going to be coexisting with the healing that needs to happen is what I'm getting. So maybe there's a part of you that feels like I need to heal before this fresh start can come. However, what I'm getting is no, the fresh start and the healing coexist. Like they come together. They play out together. Okay? If that makes sense. Yeah. I feel like that's what I needed to say. I got it. I win. Just kidding. Let me get you an advice card. With the Judgment here, with the 10 of Wands, the healing. I know there's heavy energy involved. I didn't dip into it, but I can feel it there. I just shoved it under the bed for now. So I do know that this is something that you're finding very difficult, which is probably why you were guided to the lantern. Like really seeking reassurance is something that I'm strongly getting. That's way too many. But the need to go within, remember? Trust your intuition, which is already guiding you. The only thing that's holding you back is fear. All right. We have Fox Spirit, Think on Your Feet, card 27. Yeah, that's exactly what I was getting. Is sort of just like sorry, take swift action. There's part of you that feels unprepared, and I get that. That came out in the channeled message, right? It makes you feel unsteady. It makes you feel ungrounded. It makes you feel unsafe to be able to move into the fork in this road at this time. However, like I said, it's already in motion. So if you think that you're like stalling something, it's sort of like you're on one of those airport, you know, those airport, you know what I mean? Like when you stand on the thing and it just moves you, that thing. Like you're stalling, thinking like, no, it's not time yet. I'm not prepared, but you're on the little thing. That's what I'm getting, okay? So in other words, whatever you feel unprepared for, like it's just the time to make the swift intuitive action. Intuitive. Remember, trust your intuition. If you're seeking outside, don't do that. That's going to confuse and throw everything off. You need to trust yourself on this. I'm strongly getting, okay? Although there is stress, fear, and anxiety, if it's something that started off quiet and just became something that you couldn't take your attention off of, and it feels like you need to do it, but then the brain stops you, you need to just do it. Did I tell you how okay, I don't think I even got into the details. No, I didn't. I always forget to say something. Anyways, would I remind myself of the thing feels so scary? No, I chose a different example. I went with the if this is my last day. But what I also do is like, because I use that to help my daughter too when she's like anxious about school tests and things like that. I'm just like, well, what's going to happen if you fail? And that's what she's worried about, right? And then I'm just like, well, don't worry about it. Like, it's just a test. And she's like, but mom, you don't understand. And I'm just like, no, you don't understand. What's going to happen if you fail? Is there a tornado going to come and knock everything down? Is a tsunami going to come and take us over? Is everything just going to crumble and we're just going to implode? Like, what's going to happen if you fail the test? And she just starts laughing like, no, none of that's going to happen. I was like, well, then what are you so worried about? Life continues going, you move on. That, if that helps you, because it helps me, I don't know if that helps you or just makes you more anxious, but it also helps my daughter. She's just like, okay, like it's fine. I don't have to just go in there and I try my best and that's all. All right, but that is what I got for you, pile number 3. I was going to say pile number 4 again, but all right. I hope I was able to offer you some sense of clarity, guidance, something. If I was, please do me the favor of subscribing, liking, commenting, dinging, all of those things. Maybe even sharing if you feel like this might help somebody else. And yeah, if you're interested in a personal reading, email me. You can find that in the description box. Until we vibe again, loves.